the last few days, or do you expect to see any change in approach?
I can tell you that from the ground, we are moving forward as we've been moving forward this entire time, Connell. We have ground troops. They can call in air support whenever they need that air support. They can call in tanks, artillery. I mean, we're dealing with such a complicated, riddle of trying to get Hamas terrorists out of these areas. These homes are booby-trapped. They pop up in a tunnel in the building you're in. Next thing you know, they're underneath the ground and popping up in the school behind you. So, in order to battle with them, we have all of the equipment at our disposal, and nothing on the ground has changed, to answer your question.
So it's still a large-scale military operation, not moving more towards special ops and that kind of thing with smaller raids. Nothing's changed.
We have always been using special ops and also special forces.
Okay.
Again, it's the combination, but on the ground, we are still moving forward as we have been to dismantle Hamas. What the politicians talk about hasn't filtered down to us. We are shoulder to shoulder in terms of what we're trying to do.
What about that question of timeline? That is interesting. That's come up, people saying, oh, this is going to take months and months and months. It does bring the question to you guys about how much progress are you making? I don't know that you can go into percentages to say we're 50% towards our goal or something like that, but how much progress, how would you quantify the progress you're making in, to use your terms, dismantling Hamas?
I think in order to consider the question, we have to understand where we're fighting. Again, this is an urban, super densely populated area. Now that much of the population has gone, at least from the north, I was just there in Jabalia. Homes, gaping open structures, stairwells, rooms. I mean, it's almost like a haunted maze. There could be a terrace around every corner. There's a shaft underneath every single window. It's extremely difficult to root out Hamas. And the bottom line, Connell, is it's going to take time because we want to preserve the lives of our soldiers. And if we look at our progress, look, in the north of the Gaza Strip, the area of Jabalia and many of these other areas, much of the terrorist infrastructure there is already destroyed. And we've taken over major compounds. Even the area where we took heavy losses earlier this week in that ambush that really killed a number of our soldiers, those terror compounds are now in IDF hands. Those tunnels have been imploded. And if we think of this, as all of these tunnels, as we get closer and closer and closer, we're turning that tunnel system, which is Hamas's greatest asset, into a liability. That is going to take time until they feel squeezed, in which hopefully we can get our hostages back and, ultimately speaking, destroy Hamas.
Right.
We are not going to let them show their head above ground.
When you say time, I'm assuming you're thinking months and months. Is that fair when you say it's going to take time?
I'm, again, taking the cues from the upper leadership that I've heard. This is not going to be solved in a week. And we're dealing with the whole Gaza Strip here, and Hamas, everywhere Hamas is located, we have to go. Now, one of the issues, as I just saw, in the previous person speaking with the humanitarian aid, which we have to keep going in at the same time, right? So we have to be able to hit them on the ground and keep the humanitarian aid. They're now shooting rockets at us from the humanitarian zone al-Mawasi. So again, all of this stuff they're doing not only makes the life of the Palestinians in Gaza harder, and their life is hard, it also makes our mission harder. And therefore, it extends the clock. This will go faster if the world and those international aid agencies kind of pressure Hamas, A, to stop taking these people's food, B, move out of the humanitarian zone, C, have a shred of dignity and stand up and fight us on the open field. Don't hide behind your civilians like cowards. Then we could deal with this much quicker. But
is there a place for these people to go, these civilians, now that you've moved into those areas that we've been talking about the last few weeks? I mean, is there a legitimate place for these people to go? Some say, there isn't.
It's a very difficult situation. There's tents. There are, schools that are being used to house people. It's a very difficult circumstances. And, we're trying to get in as much aid as possible. We opened up another aid crossing. However, it is preferable to being in the line of fire. I mean, the conditions are not great, and I don't want to sugarcoat it. These are hard conditions for the Gazan people. This is the price that we and they have to pay for Hamas entrenching themselves for 16 years and taking all that money and building this underground web and attacking Israel. But it is preferable to them being in the line of fire.
But that's why the U.S.
is to get them out of the line of fire.
Is pushing reportedly for you to change that approach, to go back to the beginning of our conversation, and we can end it there. But that's why the U.S. seems to be pushing to change the approach, saying that, listen, we can't keep this going like this forever. Is there a limit on your end? I mean, to the amount of civilian casualties that you can withstand before the approach would change?
again, for us, we have to understand that every civilian casualty is a horrible thing, and I feel my heart goes out to all those families as it does to all of our families. But if we want to destroy Hamas, we have to aim for the long-term goal.
Thanks so much for watching. Just go to joinnn.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.